Let's get over it. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt so hard. What kind of pointer are you using? Mouse. Cool. No motion blur. Fine. Oh, it's a big difference. Like, non-existent. This will be fine. I don't expect to play this game for all that long. But we'll see what we can do. Oh my god, I've never played this before. This is about as awful as I expected. Oh, that happened. Let me raise my DPI a little bit. So I know the basics of how this game works. Kind of. How to actually make it function as I want it to, though? This is a whole different story.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after
I
spending
need,
an
like,
hour in the commute.
all the space possible.
If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red, but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. I mean, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not sure, like, what I'm supposed to do. Come on, mouse. Do what you're told. Lower my DPI again. Put it on top. Kinda. Can you just, like, invert all mouse controls? Is that an option? Because that would actually be super helpful. There we go. I don't understand what's causing that particular event to happen.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
I already have much greater respect for anyone that's beaten this game, much less anyone that's like speed run words. Almost.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
I have found something that when I try to create a perfect circle to do this motion with the thing, my circles are not perfect. Because I keep, like, after a few of them, my mouse ends up completely off the bottom of my mouse pad. Interesting. Learning something about myself. Yeah. That's better.
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
I'm just gonna dig my way through the mountain instead. It's gonna, like, literally just have a crack at these rocks. I was gonna say, I can't wait for the first...
lost a lot of progress.
Not really.
That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Sensitivity's too high again.
Oof. Sorry about that.
I need like an intermediate sensitivity, I think. Alright, let's try it the other way. Come here.
What? What?
Trying not to talk because I'm super focusing. I'm so sorry, guys. This is actual stupidity right here.
What? Oh no.
Oh no. I don't want to be up here. Ever so gentle. I would hate people. I would hate being one of the people that went into this game on like day one.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Like, I've seen enough clips that I know what this game can do to people. So I'm kind of tempering my rage a little bit because I understand that I've already gotten farther than some people in the first like hour. Not by skill, more by luck than anything else. But actually hurts my wrist. Like a lot. If I never get past here, I'm fine with it. Do that. If I go left, he goes that way. If I go right, he goes that way. Stretch your arms, man. Oh, I think I'm like 5% of the way done. Back. Don't need to do this.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing.
I don't want to go over there.
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Okay. Funny thing is, the more you get mad at this game, the harder it gets, too. That's part of the genius.
Oh. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
I wonder if anyone sat down and beaten this like their first time playing, like, in one go. I'm sure someone has. I wonder if it's recorded. That would be interesting to watch. Okay. Oh, that was... What I feel like this game is, because it's not difficult to understand what you're trying to do, it's difficult to execute. It's like never having played, like, Mortal Kombat before and having a pro be like, yeah, this is how you do, like, a 27-hit combo that includes, like, 2 meter burns and, like, 17 really precise button presses, like, 1-frame links. And then, like, sitting you down and, like, telling you to do it. You may know exactly what you're doing. You may even have the directions written out in front of you. But you're not gonna do it. Not right away, anyway. Okay, so...
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just
I actually
do what you did the first
haven't, Bennett. Nope. Okay, I can't go left. I have to go right? Help up and go right. No. Get your hammer out from under there. Sit. Go. So if I get up here and I do this, I have to... Ooh. Feels very unnatural. Yeah, I have to go right. Once again, it's seeing versus doing, and it's so difficult. I have to pull down and then go right. Yep, just like that. I can kind of pull myself up that way. I think I kind of have to get on that rock, right? I don't have enough leverage otherwise. God help. Well then. Also, it might be the most annoying thing in the world that my other hand has nothing to do. You have no idea. Like, down here on my, like, the table, this other hand is doing this the whole time. Because it has, like, nothing to do, but it wants to be helping. That's actually terrible. Like, the hand I'm not using is gonna cramp up from just constantly, like, trying to help. Might be where I'm stuck. Might be all I've got. Stop it! Okay. Oh my god, let me out of this hell. Huh. Crazy that. Can't really get myself up on that way. I just push and then Yeah. Afraid of every time. Push and let it ride along. Then go left. Up. Up. This might be the actual, like, worst area I've seen so far, because it's, like, I'm not doing anything, and it's just pushing me back down the hill. Come on, physics. Work. Up. Okay, then. Whee!
This thing that we call failure is not the falling.
I've had my fun. I've experienced it. My wrist is actually killing me. Oh. Like... Yeah, you can't hear that, but my wrist is, like, popping and cracking everywhere. It's actually... Okay, anyway, never playing that again. Fun. Dead Cells? Play a couple Dead Cells runs. Wow. Actually sucks. I guess people with carpal tunnel can't play that game. Just heads up. If anyone out there was thinking about playing that game and you have the beginning of carpal tunnel, don't do it, because it makes your entire, like, hand go numb and wrist feel like someone stabbed a knife through it. Because everything, you're just doing this. The exact motion that, like, gives people carpal tunnel. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway. Let's update this to say Dead Cells.